Hello, people. I have finished a book, The House of Wisdom, subtitled How the Arabs Transformed Western Civilization. And we should all be familiar with the fact that during the medieval period, the Arabs were the only ones doing any kind of reasonable science, uh, astronomy, for one. And the Arabs kind of continued on the traditions of the Greeks, and to a lesser extent, the Byzantines. Uh, Slowly, the knowledge that they had built up and the knowledge that they had saved from Greek texts made its way into Europe. Uh, the Europeans were, they don't call it the Dark Ages for nothing. There was pretty much zero learning. But there was exceptions, like there is to everything. This book was published in 2009. It's only 201 pages, but I kind of struggled to get through this. 200 pages, I should read that in 3 days. It took me a week. Of course, I am trail riding at the same time, but I should have been done with this a lot sooner than I was, and I put that down to this book tried to cover a lot of ground. If it would have taken just, at first I thought it was going to focus on this this area, this building, this area in Baghdad that they called the House of Wisdom, where they tried to amass all these books and scrolls. But they didn't. They tried to cover a hell of a lot of ground. And then I thought it was going to be about Adelard of Bath. Adelard of Bath was just, he was kind of a rebel. He took his education in Paris, and he was from England, and he just wasn't satisfied with it. So he went into the Levant. He went into where the Crusades were going on. And the Crusades were a little bit weird because there was truces, and Adelard of Bath, even though he was an Englishman, could travel through areas where the crusade had recently raged. Adelard of Bath took a lot of Arabic texts. He learned the language, and he translated them into Latin, which, that was, if you were going to read about something in the 11th century, you had better know how to read Latin, because that's the only, in Europe and England, that's the only thing that anybody wrote in. I don't have a lot of notes. Adelard of Bath was kind of an interesting character. There was a lot of very interesting Arabic characters in here that I can't pronounce their names. I didn't even bother to write them down. But a couple of them, were instrumental in transferring ideas to the late Middle Ages. And there's even some evidence that Copernicus had read some of the stuff that the Arabic scientists, I'm going to say, they weren't scientists, they were natural philosophers. Copernicus uses some of the same names that this one guy used for methods of calculating orbits of the planets. So, Adelard of Bath is in here. He's interesting. There's also a character, Roger II of Sicily. Roger II of Sicily was he was a Norman, I think, or he was a Frank. he took over Sicily from, it was a Muslim area. He they fought for it. He took over Sicily, but he did not just expel all the Arabs. He invited all the greatest Arabic thinkers to his court. He used them for his doctor, and there was a pretty interesting thing that he got together all these Arabic scholars, and they made this map of the known world. I'm looking at it right now. I could hold it up to the camera, but it's not going to show up very well. But they made this map, and it's not very accurate, you know. But they took this map, and they had these scribes that put it onto this big giant disc made out of silver. And apparently the disc, no longer exists. Somebody got a hold of it and melted it down. I don't know. I'm a bit fascinated by old maps, so I was kind of interested in that section. That's it. I have almost finished that Northeastern State Trail. I may finish it tomorrow. I don't know. My legs are a little bit sore. So, anyways, thanks for watching.